Hey guys, this is Mistress Nightmare here, and today we'll be reading a new Ticci Toby love story. It's written by Alquin Slender, who sent me a link to this story 2 or 3 days ago, along with the image they want for the background for this story. So big thanks to Alquin Slender to sending me a new Ticci Toby love story for you guys. Before we get started, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe to this channel if you guys want more creepypasta fanfictions out there. Before we get started, here's the quick summary. I have been abused by my foster parents and gotten into the Slenderman mansion and have many fun adventures with the pastas, even a little romance involved. Sounds interesting, right? Anyway, let's get started. Chapter 1. Also, there is a side note that this has warning of abuse and suicide warning. You guys have been warned. Julia's point of view, I stood there worried. He said that he would be here by 9 o'clock sharp, but is he? I stood alone on the streetlights as they flickered off into the distance, making shadows move and dance along with the light. I felt alone standing here, vulnerable to anyone who might sneak up in the shadows. I could only see a few cars parked on the streets, and the owners of them were probably working the night shift. After work, I could hear other cars as they moved down the highway and off into the distance. But here is a dead and quiet. I felt like something terribly wrong with Toby. It isn't like him not to call or text when we couldn't meet up. But why isn't he answering my calls or my messages? Maybe he is coming. Maybe I would just have to wait a little bit longer. As time passes by, it seemed like minutes or hours of waiting. My legs were shifting within pain that was crawling in both my legs. Maybe I should go home and meet him tomorrow at school. I started walking towards my car as I met a silhouette of a children's toys shop. The windows of the toys had eyes, met mine, as if staring into my soul, searching for something that was lost for me for many years ago. There was a coldness nipping at my nose, with the spreading of numbness broken me out of my thoughts. I only should have brought a coat next time. I don't want to get sick. I pulled my keys out of my jean pockets and got into a June Gold as I brought them out to show the sound of the road. The road wasn't scaring me anymore because my thoughts was turning out to be warmer weather in my car. I sat at the driver's seat and turned on the keys in the ignition to quickly turn on the heater. As I returned to the dolls, I thought of a new warmness in my heart was going to be provided. With my car starting warming up, I turned the gear shift out of the parking lot and drove the rest of the ride, not worrying of my memories. I'd driven this road so many times on my way home. It's more like muscle memory. When I reached my home, I grabbed my phone and called Toby again. It was ringing. I parked my car in the gravel driveway. I waited until it stopped ringing, but he didn't answer his phone. Well, maybe he's sleeping. Oh well, I don't want to wake him up. I whispered underneath my breath as I stepped out of my car. I looked back at it and admired how pearly white outside shines from my porch light. As I got closer to the entrance of my home, I see a black cat with its white feet staring up at me from my porch. I walked up the steps and twirled around while rubbing its head against my legs. I unlocked my door and went inside, leaving the cat outside. Grabbing some tuna from a can out of my pantry and put the container of can inside a small bowl and setting it in front of the cat. I watched as the cat ate happily. There was just a pain that I felt in my heart that something wasn't right. I didn't know the terrible thing that were going to happen.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. I'm glad. If you want more Ben Drown love stories, check out the playlist that will be popping up soon. Also, if you want any more fanfictions narrations, please check out my other channel, Reading with Blade, which has multiple fanfictions up already. If you are interested in the yaoi experience, check out Tyler O'Connell's channel if you want to go there. But note that channel is only 18 and up. I've been listening to Tyler's stories and I'm addicted to them. Until then, bye guys!